Today in our 2015 Chevrolet Equinox, we're going to be taking a look at and showing you how to install the eTrailer Class 3 Custom Fit Trailer Hitch Receiver, part number E98865. It's going to fit perfectly in the cutout area, and the cross tube is going to be hidden behind the bumper. One thing I really like about our eTrailer hitch is the finish. It's going to have a flat, black, carbide-style finish to it, opposed to the high gloss finish that we usually see on hitches. Now this carbide finish is going to help protect it against rust and corrosion, but it's also going to hide scratches a lot better and easier. And since it's a Class 3 hitch, it's going to give us that 2" by 2" receiver tube opening, and we're going to have a really wide variety of accessories that we can mount up. The way we're going to mount any of our accessories is to the hitch pin hole here on the side. It is going to accept a standard 5/8 pin and clip. Now these are not included in the kit, but you can pick them up here at etrailer.com along with some locking devices to keep your accessories secure. Now, as far as the safety chain connection points go, it's going to be a plate style, welded to the bottom of the receiver tube, and we'll have plenty of room to get most size hooks on or off. As far as weight capacity goes, our hitch is going to have a 350-pound tongue weight, which is the maximum downward force at the receiver tube, along with a 3,500-pound gross trailer weight rating. That's the amount it can pull, including the trailer and everything we have loaded on it. Now it is rated for use with weight distribution systems as well. It's going to bump the tongue weight up to 400 pounds and the gross trailer weight up to 4,000 pounds. With all those numbers in mind, you should always double check your Equinox's owner's manual and never exceed the manufacturer's recommended weight. I'd like to give you a few measurements, and that's going to help you whenever you're looking for accessories for your new hitch. From the center of the hitch pin hole to the outermost edge of the bumper, it's right about 4.5 inches. That measurement is going to help you out when you're looking at folding accessories to make sure you have enough room and that they're not going to come in contact with the rear bumper. From the ground to the inside top edge of the receiver tube opening, it's right about 15 inches. That measurement is going to help you out when you're looking for a ball mount to find the appropriate riser drop to match up to your trailer. So now that we've seen what our hitch looks like and gone over some of the features, let's show you how to get it installed. To begin our installation, we're going to come to the back of our Equinox. If yours has the cutout here and the panel's still in place, you're going to need to remove it. But obviously ours doesn't have it here. There's going to be a tab on each side of the panel that'll have a clip on the back side. We can loosen those, pull it down, and pull the panel out. If we come to underneath our Equinox, right here at the back, we're going to have 2 threaded holes in the side of the frame on each side. Those are going to be our mounting locations. Now more than likely you're going to have a little bit of debris or rust in there, so you want to take some spray lubricant. I'll spray it inside the hole. Then I'm going to come back with a nylon tube brush. I'm going to clean it out to make sure that we don't have any rust or debris and the bolts won't cross thread when we put them in. You want to make sure you clean out both holes on each side. Then we can grab one of the bolts from our kit and make sure that we can easily thread it in by hand and at least get it started. Now when we do go to put our hitch up, we're going to take one of our bolts and a conical tooth washer. And you want to make sure that those teeth are facing towards the hitch. That'll go through the hitch and into the frame. And it's going to be the same combination of hardware for each hole in the side of the frame. Now with an extra set of hands, we're going to lift our hitch up until the holes in the hitch line up with the holes in the frame. Then we're going to get at least one bolt in on each side so the hitch will support itself. I'm going to come back with a 19mm socket. I'm just going to snug up all my hardware. We're going to have 2 more attachment points on either side of the receiver tube. If we look up, we'll have this plate that's hitting the bottom of the bumper beam. We're going to take our pull wire, take the coiled end, feed it into the hole, and we're going to go towards the outside of the vehicle. Just going to keep feeding your wire in. That's going to come out the very edge of the bumper beam here, right towards the outside. And I put a little bend in mine, that way even if it does start pulling on it, it won't go all the way into the frame. We'll take a square hole spacer block. We're going to slide it over the coiled end of our wire. put it inside the bumper beam. Then we're going to take a carriage bolt and we'll thread it onto the end of our wire. Now you want to be careful with the wire because they do only provide us one. But once you have everything threaded on, we'll push our bolt back into the bumper beam. You want to grab your pull wire and start pulling until all the hardware drops back down through the frame. You have to wiggle it a little bit, kind of pulling that wire. And then you want to remove the pull wire. And you want to be careful not to damage it because we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Now we're going to take a flange nut and we'll attach it to the two carriage bolts that we just put in. It's going to be a little bit of a tight spot, but if you come from the back of the hitch, kind of hold the bolt with one hand, you can get the nut started from the front or the side of the hitch with the other hand. We'll do that for both bolts. I'm going to come back, and you can use a 19mm or 3/4 inch socket, and we'll snug up those two bolts. Now we're going to come back with a torque wrench, and we're going to torque all of our hardware down to the specified amount in the instructions. You want to make sure you repeat that for any remaining hardware. That'll finish up your look at the eTrailer Class 3 custom fit trailer hitch receiver on our 2015 Chevrolet Equinox.